All right. The island is full of demon taint, and we have to find out where it came from. Hold on, there's a money over there. Oh, I'm falling so much, but I need money. I don't need it, honestly. I have a lot of money. Okay, what are we doing? I'll get that money at some point. Hey, Shinji's up there. That's a lot lower than money. Maybe we could talk to him. Can I... Let's see. Can I get around on that? You know, part of this game is trying to solve mysteries, and another part of it is, can I double jump on that thing? Can I double jump on that thing that it looks like I'm not supposed to be able to? It's like there's the two halves of this game. Recording 001. I'm gonna find out what's going on. This isn't right. This island feels wrong. I'm gonna blow this wide open. Syndicate. The Syndicate. The Syndicate. This island feels wrong. Still don't really know what these recordings are all about. You're in it neck deep, up to your eyes in crime. On a battlefield with psychos and criminals. That's my job. And you're cool with it? You can't investigate if there aren't crimes. So what you're saying is that you never want to wipe out crime because then you'll have nothing to do? That's one way of looking at it. It's the only way if you ask me. Ha 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 ha. And he vanishes. What I wanted to do, I mean, as we think about the philosophical meanings of finding your own life's meaning through investigating crime, which means you need crime for your life to have meaning, while we're thinking about that, let's look at who's around. Yuri is the one that I really want to talk to at the moment. Because so far, well, we don't really like Yuri. Good dog. But that doesn't mean he's in on anything. But we recently did find some evidence to indicate, hey, maybe we actually have a bit of proof that he may be in on something. That being, we found out that the ring that Kahix was holding belongs to Yuri. Is there a thing up there? Not sure if I saw a thing. So, being that now we have some evidence... Alright, this is a dead end, this little shrine right here. Now that we have something that might be evidence, maybe it could be good to go speak to the man. Is there a... Hold on. Is there something here? Yep. Something I didn't get yet.
Crystal obtained.
Not sure if I've been in this little area yet. I don't hear any items. Slowly making our way over to Yuri.
Crystal obtained.
We've only talking is not a word. Maybe it should be. But I think we've only spoken to him once. There he is. So... Did you kill K-Hicks?
Yuri noise.
Let's talk about his alibi. Talk about his phone. I've scanned your phone. You can have it back now. Oh, right, we did take it. Believe me now, freak. No. No, I don't. The phone records prove my alibi. There's a 10-minute period where your phone went dark. Your alibi has a hole. Lydia told me she lost contact with you last night during this 10-minute window. She tried to contact you while she was waiting at the Paradise Gates just before the murder. And... talk about the council building. Were you in the council building? You didn't want to be contacted? Of course not. The reality folding drive might have disrupted the communications. We've heard about that. That is possible. It would be quite coincidental, though. At the end of an island, the folding drive does a final burst to power both islands during the transition. The radiation sometimes causes localized areas of communication and electrical interference. That seems convenient. What do you want me to say? Well, he does have a point. Were you outside the council penthouse last night, Yuri? Of course I wasn't, freak. I found pink petals, which I suspect are from your hat, outside the penthouse. I doubt that. So for the record, this is a complete denial. Yes, freak, it is. It won't stand up in court anyway. We'll see. It is true that that on its own wouldn't stand up, but if we have some other things, like talk about K-Hicks. I heard you're missing a ring, Yuri. Of what interest is that to you? Is it this one? Give me that. It's impolite to snatch. Want to tell me what it's doing in the fix of K. Hicks's dead body? Alright, this is actually the first time we have said this to anyone. I have no idea. He made it for me and I lost it. Someone probably found it and gave it to him, recognizing his work. It doesn't sound very surprised about K. Hicks being dead. Probably. Anything else you want to tell me? I don't know anything else, freak. Though he does have like a little shifty expression on his face. I don't think we've seen that before. Why did you shut the boat trips down early, Yuri? What business is it of yours? Just answer the question. It was part of shutting down the island, ready for the end. But why? It never normally happens and none of the other systems were shut down prematurely. Don't question how I do my job, freak. I had some security worries and shut it down. Did it have anything to do with a dead body at the bottom of the cliff? What dead body? I have no idea what you're talking about. Surely this is the jurisdiction of the marshals. You're supposed to be investigating the council murder. It might be linked. Did you have anything to do with it? Definitely not, freak. A lot of bad coincidences, then. Must be. Well, he's not really giving anything up, though, I mean, it is our job to question how he does his job. It's literally part of the case. Talk about, library visits. You ever visited the library vaults? From time to time. For work? For work or for personal use? What does it matter? I'm chasing some leads. That vault contains forbidden texts about demonology. A demon is purported to have possessed a citizen and murdered the council. It also contains other books. I'm the architect's secretary. She occasionally requires records and text for her work. So you didn't take books on demonology. Do the words demonology and architecture sound the same to you, freak? I mean, maybe. They could have a similar number of letters and syllables. Do you know why a book that you took from the library was in Henry's safe? Nothing to do with me. Henry says a stranger passed him a forbidden book and told him to keep it a secret. That book is one you accessed. Not sure you can prove that, freak. If I remember correctly, the library vaults only record entry and exit, not what was read or taken. You know that? You just happen to know that. No, freak, I don't just happen to know that. I use the vault to acquire books for the architect. I just know how the system works because I use it often. Did you access the library vault and give forbidden books on demonology to Henry? No. You're the only one of the suspects who accessed that vault. That doesn't mean the book came from me. I mean, it might actually mean that. The second Holy Seal. A few things we can ask. What do you know about the second Holy Seal? We don't know about the seals, freak. That's the point. Well, let's see. Do we know that he used the key? Would he have anything to do with the space helmet? We did find the pedals in the Council HQ. Ever worn a space helmet, Yuri? Why would I wear a space helmet? To get through the second seal. Never been through it, freak. The space helmet was discovered surrounded by pink petals that looked like they came from your hat. That's the most tenuous thing I ever heard, freak. You're rasping at straws. Alright, what if we accuse him of using the key? Yuri, let's rap for a second. Rap? You put a key in the nightmare computer connected to the obelisks on the beach and activated them. What are you talking about? You did. I've got the logs. Don't worry, someone else accessed them, but they were more intelligent than you and used a wireless access device. More intelligent? The insects on this island can barely tie their shoelaces, let alone figure out the symbols on the obelisks in space! Thanks, Yuri. For what? You just told me about the symbols on the obelisks, which I didn't ask about. You'd only know about if you use them. Where did he get the key from to access the obelisks? I have no idea what you're talking about, freak. No, don't hold out on me, Yuri. I know you know the secret of the second seal. I have nothing else to say. Alright. Alright, well, we made Yuri lose his cool for a little bit. We were able to confirm that he knows how to pass the second seal. But of course, we also know he's not the only one. Lydia also seems to know. Did you see the architect last night? I saw the architect before I started my duties with the ferrywoman. You should ask her about the time of the murder, though. I was here. Did you see the doctor last night? He said he was in his clinic. Ask him, not me. Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside the council building? I don't know anything, investigator. I wasn't there. What do you know about the fourth Holy Seal? You mean the Holy Seal that Henry got through and then killed the council? Yes, that one. Yes, that one. Who cares? That monster killed them. Let's get this show on the road. What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? Absolutely nothing, investigator. Well, yeah, we don't have anything to connect him to that. Know anything about demons on the island? The marshals killed them all. They should have killed Henry while they were at it. You know anything about the third Holy Seal? Of course not. They're a mystery. Stop wasting time. Well, the only thing we really got from him is that he did access the beach computer and knows about the symbols to be able to pass through the second seal. He also kind of shut down everything that we said about giving Henry the book, but then again, he didn't say anything that would count that out either. He just kind of didn't really say anything else to add to that story. Let's hang out with him. Got time to chat, Yuri. What now? You seem to be ambitious. Is that a statement or a question? Why are you like this, Yuri? That's always a good question. You know you're doing well when someone asks you that. Why are you like this? Like what? Don't be arrogant, Yuri. You know what. I just want people to use language correctly when addressing their betters. Well, let's confront them about betters. Betters. I'm now secretary to the leader of the syndicate. Well, I mean, it is temporary leader, sure. Let's compliment him on his advancement. You have advanced well. I have. Having ambition pays off. I mean, the fact is that the reason he has his advancement is because of the deaths of the council. Yes, we should always try to rise as much as we can. You should always rise to the top. Precisely. Without ambition, you have nothing and never become better than them. Them? Those around you that are content to while away their lives. What about people that find happiness in contributing rather than ruling? They have a purpose from a certain view. We're done. Goodbye, freak. Goodbye, Yuri. Ding. Well, may you see through a million eyes, and may you reach the moon. He certainly appears pleased about the results of the deaths of the council. He wouldn't be the assistant to the leader if they hadn't been killed. So he seems to be psyched about the whole thing. Let's see. Been a while since we spoke to Carmelina. We probably have some things that we could discuss with her, such as her murder son. I'm sure she will be pleased that we found him. Also, I wonder if she knows he's dead. She might not know that. Oh yeah, I can't jump that. Well, maybe we could get a reaction out of her if we can reveal to her that her son is dead. I don't know if I can get up there. Oh, no, I can. I think I can. It looks like I'm getting high enough, but no, I'm not actually getting onto the ledge for some reason. We also haven't found any more red emblems. Like the red emblem thing is around. Yeah, it's over there. I'm pretty sure we haven't found any. Let me just check real quick. No, we haven't found any. What do we want? We want to talk to Carmelina. Same thing as last time. Are you still investigating? Henry Division has been caught. Do we have to go through this every time? Just take me to see Carmelina.
Architect Carmelina's violin.
What if I said that there were secret trans-dimensional corridors crisscrossing the island? That would be weird, right? I'd say you spent too long in the scorching sun. So you don't know anything about them? I have no idea what you're talking about. To be clear, you are denying crafting secret corridors and hiding a killer within them. Of course I am. That's totally unbelievable. I think you need a rest, investigator. Crime doesn't rest, so nor do I. Let's see you explain this away in the trials. Explain what? A total fantasy? We'll see. Comms blackout. Yuri claims that the reality folding drive caused a comms blackout last night. Is that something that can happen with the reality folding drive? Why are you asking me? The drive is operated by Masahiro Heavy Industries, but none of their representatives are left on Paradise. You're the architect, so I thought you might know something. I can't help you with the specifics, but there have been instances of the drive causing blackouts at the end of an island. Did you experience it last night? No, they're localized though, so that isn't to say it didn't happen. The drive performs a burst to power each island. It throws a lot of radiation and particles out into the air. If Yuri was in a patch of radiation, it would have caused a blackout temporarily. You think it's convenient that it happened around the time of the murder? Do you? That's what I'm trying to work out. Yuri is a loyal member of the Syndicate. You do well to focus on the real suspect instead. But who is Yuri loyal to? Talk about this fourth Holy Seal. What do you know about the fourth Holy Seal? Nothing, investigator. It's not my place to know. If no one knows how to get into the council building, and the next island is already built with the new council building, how will the new council get into it? A good question. If the seals on the next island cannot be breached, we will rebuild the council building. The perfect next island already sounds less than perfect. Perfection requires adaptability. We will adapt. Alright, let's talk about some god flesh. Want to tell me what you were doing carving flesh from a god? How dare you accuse me of a vile crime like that? My finger is extended upwards in anger. That is the height of heresy. Crying Grudge said it himself. No such thing happened. I think it did. Then you will need some evidence. You are accusing the leader of the Syndicate of one of the worst crimes imaginable. Temporary leader. Talk about Grace bloodlines. Why did you go to Henry's exorcism? I have an acute interest in preventing the islands from succumbing to demonic corruption. It is rare to be able to see the effects of a possession firsthand. Tell me about the message you sent to Akiko, telling her to leave Grace alone with Henry. I have no idea what message you're talking about, investigator, as I look to the side suspiciously. I have a copy of it here. I'm sure that's a fabrication. I have no authority over Akiko. I can't order her to do anything, much less break procedure with something so dangerous. Then why did she step out of the room and leave them unattended? I have no idea. You'd have to ask the Grand Marshal. Yeah, we've asked her that. She kind of just curses at us. Know anything about demons on the island, besides the one that resides within the killer? Yes. Besides that one. The Marshals did an exemplary job of wiping the demons out. It was not enough to stop the corruption, though. Well, let's talk about the secret demon room. Can you tell me about the secret panic room experiment? Where did you hear that? People talk. I abandoned that a long time ago. It was designed to be a bunker of sorts. My plan was to dot them around the island in case of attack. Syndicate members could hide in them. I've been in your bunker. Why was it coded only to Witness's blood vial? It embarrasses me to say it, but it was a lover's retreat. I just liked the design as a bunker and dropped my plan for them. It sat unused. Spending time there with Witness felt illicit, exciting, but things didn't work out. I haven't been in there in years. Well, it is true that when we went there, it said that only Witness had been in there recently, even though both Witness and Carmelina could go in there. So I saw in the logs I pulled from it. So you definitely weren't experimenting on a, killer demon in there? No experiments with that? Absolutely not. So it could potentially be that Carmelina doesn't know about the killer demon. It's a possibility. Do you know anything about the third Holy Seal? It's a secret investigator built without my knowledge. We never asked her about her murder son. You'd think that we would ask her about the murder son. It hasn't come up. It seems relevant. Can I ask you something, Architect? How can I help, Lady Loved Eyes? This island has an air of quietude. Indeed it does. There's a balance here. Where does the balance come from? Positioning of function creates form. The functions of the island are arranged as a diamond on a compass. Everything has a place only it can have. Let's praise the style. That is apparent. An architect that is scared of function and tries to hide it away is a coward with narrow tastes. Meaning? How do you mean? It is not happenstance that I choose to expose the workings of the island. For example, electricity meters on the side of buildings are not hidden in a more form-fitting hatch or closet. They are exposed and allow us to appreciate their function. If we can find function visually appealing, we have grown. You know, I bet if we were able to go into Carmelina's computer room, there would just be cords and cables all over the place. Just all across the floor, hanging off of desks. Behold the function! Who would dare hide this beauty? The circumstances you find yourself in are, of course, terrible, but I do hope you enjoy your time exploring the island. Yes, I have been. Thank you for your time, Architect. Ding. Investigate. Oh, can we probe Carmelina? I would enjoy doing that. Something you want to tell me? Do you have something you want to tell the investigator? I don't know if this is relevant, but I will disclose it. At midnight, Witness was fiddling with his phone. Did you see what he was doing? I didn't. Midnight was when the council were murdered. We were in the middle of conversation. He abruptly took out his phone and started using it. He was tapping at it for a few seconds. Did he step out of the room? No, why do you ask? Oh, because he steps out of the room when he talks to someone on the phone. But if he was just dialing in a number to maybe open a demon box, he wouldn't feel the need to do that. That means he wasn't making a call, or if it wasn't one that was answered. Did he say what it was about? No, he acted like nothing happened. Thank you, Architect. Alright, well, that is important information. May you reach the moon. It is important that Carmelina is now testifying that, okay, a conspiracy crafted from the fabric of the island. Did Carmelina's hidden killer commit the crime to end all crimes? We didn't bring it up, though. Yeah, she is testifying that Witness did tap in something on his phone at midnight. And we do know that he could have done that to open up the demon box. And possibly the reason she's willing to testify this is because maybe Carmelina's own plot was completely separate with her murder son? Possibly. Why don't we go have a chat with Akiko and Henry again? See if there's anything else we could bring up with them. I don't think this is anything new. Yeah, Silent Goat. We've looked at that. It would be funny if the reason that we're able to get people to testify with each other is because they all had their own murder plots and are unaware of that.
Our channel unlocked. Starlight in the tank.
Final moment Starlight skin. This image was the last thing a drowning victim saw. What an odd choice for our laptop skin. Let's head to the Desolation Cell. We never did find anything over in this little platform, I think. Yeah, there's like a little bridge leading here, but it doesn't seem like there's anything actually here.
Grand Marshal Akiko 14.
Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? No, I didn't, Nonorcito. Alright, that's that. Looks like Yuri so far is the only one who has experienced such a thing. What can you tell me about the demonic sigils on Grace's body? The same as found on Henry's mother. Oh, but that's not true, is it? I've been told they weren't. Arena Division's sigils were scorched onto her by sustained close proximity to Henry. Grace's were carved into her flesh, like with a knife that, I don't know, like a marshal might have. Got any proof, Norosito? No solid proof, just a good bit of testimony. Were you carrying a blade when you arrested Henry? Of course, I always carry my sword and a combat knife. Did you find a blade on Henry when you arrested him or after he had killed Grace? No. So how did the sigils get carved into her body? No idea, Norosito. Demons? That's as good as an idea as any. Thanks for the insight, Akiko. Carmelina's message? Yeah, let's ask her about that. Tell me about the message you got from Carmelina on the day of Henry's exorcism. What message? She asks, with her eyes to the side, not looking at us directly. Carmelina sent you a message telling you to leave Grace alone with Henry. No, she didn't. I have a copy of the message right here. Someone's giving you false evidence, Norosito. The architect was there that day, but she didn't tell me to do anything. She doesn't have authority over me. Then why did you step out of the room? I considered the scene and prisoners secure. I needed to make sure that the architect was safe. Corrupted areas are full of danger. Alright, but we do know that was against their protocol to do that. Demons. Know anything about demons on the island? We exterminated them, the Norosito. That's all she has to say about that. Do you know anything about the third Holy Seal? I know this Labaggio went through it and killed the council. And that's it. So not really much information there, just that she didn't really have any explanation for the sigils on Grace being carved instead of burned, so she didn't have anything really to say about that. Got a minute, Akiko? You're going to die. Humor me. Why do you hate me so much, Akiko? I thought you were the investigation freak. It's not that hard to figure out. Listen, I want to talk about it. I don't know what Akiko's problem is, but I want to talk about it. I'm sure she'll react very well to this. What's your problem? Is this a soldier versus civvy thing? Case file completed. You've solved the mystery. Why does it have to be like this? Way of the world. We exist in different planes. We see different things. I work so that you may sleep at night. You trot about, flying with your air dashing, without a care in the world. Let's see. We can be insolent, we can be respectful, we can be honorable. I don't think there's a need to agitate her right now. Let's be respectful. We all appreciate what you do. No, you don't. Soldiers are just a necessary evil. We spend our lives in service and are discarded when we're not needed. We get some ceremonies and platitudes, then all my troops perish with the island to start a new cycle. We're done here. Goodbye, Norosito. Well, yeah, that is true. I think that we were speculating earlier that she might have a sort of a big boss thing going on about thinking that the world does not appreciate soldiers, so you need to create a world that will do so, and maybe killing the council is part of that. May your night be bright, and may you reach the moon.
Henry Division.
And Henry. I definitely don't know anything about the comms blackout, but did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Yes, Henry. Were you not able to use your phone? What do you think? Yeah, I know. Let's talk about his demonic possession. We found your book. I found a forbidden tome about demonology in your apartment. What are you doing? Well, it should be what were you doing with it? Are you for fucking real? Is this one big fucking joke? What the fuck do you think I was doing with it? Propping up a table? I was doing some fucking demon fuckinology. Who gave it to you? A stranger. We went through this already. Is this where your memory fails you? Don't get cute. Well, that's the problem with interviewing Henry, is that he doesn't remember a whole lot. Did you go through the bloodlock in the council building? What does the one in the armor say? Akiko, that you killed the council, so you went through all the holy seals. There you go, then. No memory? I found your blood on the lock. That puts you at the scene. Then why are you asking me? We just gotta figure out if he remembers anything. Do you know anything about your father? What do you think? He wasn't around when I was born. Did your mother know him? I think so. She never talked about him. I think she loved him. She was scared of talking about him. Find my father. Yeah, well, we kinda did. Henry, do you know the name Eyes Kiwami? Never heard of him. Is he my dad? Looks like it. Was he a good man? He, took his own life a few years ago. I'm sorry. Fucking perfect. At least he doesn't know what his son did. Allegedly did. What fucking ever. Demons. Know anything about demons on the island? Besides me? No. Well, that's that. Let's hang out with him. Let's talk, Henry. What the fuck is up with the slaughter ritual? Citizens don't get to go to the next island, so a ritual takes places. Ritual takes places where the citizens are sacrificed to the gods. The temple becomes awash with blood, and the psychic energy of the deaths is directed to the gods by the high priestesses. Don't you think that's really fucked up? Yeah? It's the worst part of this whole thing. Perfect 25 should end it. No more dead islands. But a big fucking load of kidnapped citizens, though, right? Sounds real perfect. Whatever. Nothing else to say. All right. Well, nothing really new aside from Akiko not being able to come up with an explanation for Grace Bloodlines' sigils. Does kind of seem like maybe Akiko carved them in there. So that would mean Carmelina and Akiko were possibly in on the murder of Grace. For, I guess, what reason would they have to do that? Maybe it's so Grace would not be able to exorcise the demon from Henry because they were setting him up to be the murderer or fall guy for the murder 10 years later. And I guess Yuri would have been in on that as well, since he gave, at least we think, he gave Henry the book. All right. Where would be a place to go? There was something I didn't get from the beach. Right, we did use this nightmare computer, but I didn't actually use the thing that's next to it. This button. That makes this happen. Looks like this is showing me a code. The symbols are bull, bird, snake, scholar. I've seen these symbols before when I put on my space helmet. I should go back there and try again. Return to a forgotten plateau in space now. That's good that let's just warp there. These look like the symbols I activated on the beach. If I remember correctly, the pattern was bull, bird, snake, scholar. Bull. Bird. Snake. I guess that's a scholar, sure. That's it. It must have unlocked something. This was designed to safeguard against random attempts to crack the code. Was Shinji right? Did the demon-possessing Henry feel its way through? One Last Kiss was our exorcist. She might be able to help. Alright, so apparently this is the normal way to get to the council penthouse. Anything else like in this little room? Doesn't look like it. Right, and then you go in here, and you find that these are open up already, and then you end up in the murder room. But of course, we got in from this way right here. But, you know, just for completion's sake, it's good that we opened that. That goes up there. That's not really where we're going to go. So, there were two ways that people could have gotten in here to get past the guards, which were from the maintenance hatch and from that corridor. But then again, the two guards weren't guards after all, so why would you need to get past them? Let's see, right now, we are at the council building. We've been talking to a bunch of people. Let's talk to One Last Kiss again. Especially since Lady Love Dies just mentioned her. Who is... What's it? She's on top of the graveyard. There she is.
One Last Kiss.
Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? It would be very convenient for that to happen last night, wouldn't it? I think whoever told you that is lying. Well, Yuri is the only one who experienced it, apparently. We have not found anyone to confirm that they also experienced it. Know anything about demons on the island? I was wondering when you'd encounter them. Them? I've seen a lot of things, watched a lot of people do a lot of things. Have you heard the rumors? A secret demonology research room run by someone that it shouldn't be. I've heard them. There's a secret in the dead zone, but there's a problem with that, isn't there? The dead zone is off limits. You need the correct key to get in, and you'd be logged. Precisely. What if there is another way in, though? A tunnel, perhaps. What tunnel? Do you like to drink, investigator? A nice wine on a summer's evening at the best bar in town? A stroll afterwards, perhaps, behind the bar, exploring the world, and what do you find? Who? That's the interesting bit, isn't it? Our dear witness, going where he shouldn't. Anyone else? Mr. Daybreak is a very naughty boy, isn't he? So, deciphering all that, witness has been using a tunnel behind Sam's bar to get into the dead zone, so he can use a secret demonology lab. Well, yeah, these are all things that we already figured out. I'm so frustrated with your literal way of talking sometimes. Yes, please, talk in riddles, Lady Love Dies. It's the only way to talk. Do you know anything about the third holy seal? Who could get through there? A special lock requires an unusual key. Yeah, it does. Not saying a whole lot else about it. Got time to chat? I have all the time in the world until the island ends. What's your take on Perfect 25? There is no such thing as perfection. The Syndicate is obsessed over demonic corruption, but turned a blind eye to the corruption of itself. Maybe make a little joke about it. Introspection was never our strong suit. I believe it to be a never-ceasing trend, don't you? I've been in the Idle Lands. Nothing to accept, introspect up. That is a beautifully written sentence. Nothing to accept, introspect up there. What did you learn? Talk about our mysteries. The mysteries we leave behind hurt more than the mysteries we can reach out and grasp. I hope you like buffets, investigator. There are nothing but mysteries on this island. Are you enjoying being back in paradise? Back on the sun-baked concrete. The Syndicate needs an investigator, and I answered the call. It's my role in all of this. What roles are the others playing out, I wonder? That's what I'm here to find out. I hope you do, investigator. Ding. Can we talk about demonology? No, we cannot. I guess that's everything for her at the moment. May you always live in the shadow, and may you reach the moon. Yeah. Let's see. So we've spoken to Lady Love Dies, to Dr. Doomjazz, Carmelina, Yuri. Witness, probably, I guess there's something else we could talk to him about. Well, I mean, Doomjazz also has an exclamation point, and Crimson, but we've talked to them pretty recently. I wonder if there would be any other reason at the moment to go back, talk to Crying Grudge. Might as well just see if anything else ever... Because the map doesn't show us Crying Grudge, so I don't know if there's actually a reason to talk with the god again. We might as well just try it and see. Just to know. And if nothing, well... Doomjazz does have an exclamation point by his picture, so I think that we can ask him about something else at this point. Okay, nothing new. Well, I don't know if there's anything else that we can get from him, but... for right now, it doesn't seem like there is anything else. We cannot increase our friendship with Crying Grudge. Okay, a couple of things. We have Yuri. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Can't say I did. They're pretty unusual. Okay, once again, so far, no one has experienced this aside from Yuri. Do you give Sam blood? Yes, I do. He has a rare condition. You might have noticed he has no flesh, and his skeleton is bright red. That is a rare condition. I didn't actually notice that about him. The council approved letting him have citizen blood that is let in the temple. He developed this condition a few sequences ago. I suspect his body is starting to give out. That's it. But I guess you can probably hang out. Got a sec, Doc? Can you feel it in the air? You've been spraying pheromones again. The island is about to end. This may be the last time we talk before you and Judge determine who's guilty. We could maybe flirt a little bit. We better not waste any more time then. Lady Luck, stop talking. Well, it's been wonderful to see you again. Don't. You were never any good at the conversation afterwards. Take this, but save it until you're off duty. Flamboyant wine? Maybe I'll see you on the next island. I hope so. We did it with him. That nebulous freedom letter, rich and full-bodied, good mouthfeel, as well as Dr. Doomjazz, lingers on the tongue. May the cosmos be a mystery, and may you reach the moon. I wonder if there's anything we can actually do with that, or if it's just a reward so we remember doing it with him. Probably just a reward. We do have his blood sample. I don't know if we did anything with. I mean, we used that on the computer to determine who his parents were. We do have 2 green crests. I guess if we found places to put that, we could use those. All right. Well, clearly we got something very important done. Is we had the sex. Which, I mean, is an extremely important thing to have gotten done. Alright, well, it looks like Witness, Crimson, and Sam have things that we can talk about. Is there an item somewhere around? Oh, there, right. Got some money. Head up to the penthouse.
Witness to the end.
Were you and Carmelina married 25 years ago? No, we had fallen apart a few years before that. Why do you ask? Apparently, she went into isolation for a year about 25 years ago. I remember that. I have no idea what she was doing. She likes to lose herself in her work. She said she was working on a project and didn't want to be disturbed. Yeah, we know what kind of project she was working on. Was full isolation unusual? A little, but I didn't pay much attention. The Syndicate's fall from grace was a bigger concern. Where did she isolate herself? She has always built herself little hideaways in these islands, places she won't be disturbed. I don't know where it was. So does that mean it wasn't the demonology room? Maybe she has another hideaway? Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? I didn't. When they have occurred before, they've always been hard to pinpoint. They don't affect the whole island. All right, once again, someone else who did not experience it. Do you know anything about the 3rd Holy Seal? The Holy Seals are kept a secret on purpose. Yeah, they sure are. Let's hang out with Witness. He's always a fun guy to talk to. I must warn you that I'm not one for long conversations. What was it like growing up in the Chaos Palace? Character building, it is an insane network of twisting geometry. I can see how that builds character. I did not see the outside world until I fled for the Syndicate with Ezekiel. I had no concept of time. It gave me a unique perspective on the world. What took you to the palace? What took you to the palace? I'm not sure most people would want to be there. I was enslaved as a child. The glorious crying Grudge swept through Persia, and I was put to work in the Chaos Palace. The palace was insatiable. It grew without check, and we had to feed its hunger day and night. What happened to it? It was sacked during the Great Betrayal. Humanity stepped out of the light of the gods and steeped itself in sin. Great monuments to our holy benefactors were torn down. The Chaos Palace was reduced to rubble and then used to build Alexander's cities. The palace should never exist again, but I despair at what we have lost. I sometimes think we all live in our own Chaos Palaces. That's deep. The gods can lead us out. Ding. May you fly with destroyed Eden, and may you reach the moon. Not much from him. Nothing new anyway, really. Okay, there's Sam. There's Crimson. Is there like an item sound around here? Maybe it's above me. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Not down here. Those are very rare, lady. If he's using that as an alibi, you need to be skeptical. Nothing else. I guess let's hang out. Got time for a chat, Crimson? Why is no one else is blessed? The gods work in mysterious ways. Depends on who catches their eye. What do you really want to talk about? You're not here to shoot the breeze about divine blessings. I can see it in your eyes. Can I ask you about Isaiah? I was wondering when we get to the ex-husband topic. What do you want to know? What's he doing now? He's still responsible for the citizen management, abduction, reconditioning, distribution, you know. Let's talk about his happiness. Is he happy? Sorry if this is a heartbreaker, but he's with Madame Complex now. The garden tender? The very same. She lost Gregory on the 18th island when he repaired the timelines. A couple of islands later, she had a night out with Isaiah at bar and knife through the heart, and the rest is history. But is he happy? Are you asking if he still pines for you? No. No, it's not that. Sure, if you say so. Yes, he's happy with Madam. He's on the next island, one of Lydia's first pickups last night. Not a lot for the citizen manager to do once the slaughter is completed. I'm glad he's not a suspect. Time to move on, lady. Understood. Right. Isaiah is her ex-husband. We have not been able to talk to him because he's on Perfect 25, so he's not even on the island right now. Lady, I have something to tell you. Ooh, let's probe Crimson Acid. Something you want to tell me? Do you have something you want to tell the investigator? I told you about the key from Kahix. I didn't tell you another part of the story. I've been worried about what's going on, but you need to know. I seduced K. Hicks for my own interest, but someone else asked me to do it as well. Who? Witness. Why? He wanted the key. I don't know why, but he asked for it. He wanted it modified for remote access. A dongle could be placed in a control panel and then used to remotely access it. It needed a line of sight, though. That amount of data could easily drop packets if the signal was blocked. Did you give it to him? Yes. Why? He promised to help me. With what? He said he had a plan for the next island that would allow me to keep my freedom and would allow me to return to active service. Crimson. I know. I didn't expect it to be this. If this was him. This is the truth? Yes. I've got some work to do. Alright, so we knew that Hicks and Crimson had some sort of argument over the second key. So now we have a straight line here. Crimson got the key from Gay Hicks, gave it to Witness. She then gave the key back to K. Hicks. Witness then used the key to modify it to a remote dongle. And as far as we know, apparently gave it to Lydia. So Lydia could access it from a distance. Though Lydia, of course, denies that part of it. May your journey be endless, and may you reach the moon. Get up on that. Like, I heard the sound of an item when I was down there. Is there anything up here? Oh, well, there's Shinji. I like Carmelina's dog. It's about the only thing I do like on this shithole island. You're breaking my heart. Don't get the wrong impression. You're near the top of the good part of the list. You've made my day, Shinji. Don't patronize me, Love Dies. Ah, over there.
Crystal of the tank.
So Sam still is something we can talk about. And Witness, well, we just talked to Witness, but it seems like we learned something fairly important about him, though I'm sure he'll deny it, but we do need to see what he'll say about it. Is there a sound of something around here? Yeah, like... Ah.
Crystal of the tank.
Talk about Hicks. About Crimson's testimony. Why did you want Crimson to get the key to the second seal? I didn't. You're lying. I have testimony that you not only asked her to get the key, but that she gave you the key as well. That simply isn't true. I have almost nothing to do with Miss Acid. Oh, I don't think we mentioned her name. She's lying to you, Lady Love Dies. You're being played. Have you got the key? I didn't even know the second seal required a key. I don't have it. You're lying. I am not, Lady Love Dies. Miss Acid is tricking you. She's turning us against each other. Why? It's your job to find out. But what reason would she have to do that? You asked Crimson to get the key to the second holy seal from K. Hicks. No, Witness, I'm losing my patience. By asking her to do that and buy her account, taking a copy from her, you're the prime suspect for who went through it. I did nothing of the sort. You're denying all of it or just going through the seal? All of it. I had nothing to do with Miss Acid's preposterous story or the second seal. No desire to cooperate at all? I can't cooperate with a fabrication. Well, it is true that you can't cooperate with a fabrication. But there's a lot of stuff pointing towards him. But most of the time, they'll just be flat denials whenever we have anything leading towards anyone. Frequently, people will not give anything up. Though on occasion, they do. On occasion. Want to chat, witness? I must warn... Yep, not long for one conversations, we know. What else do you remember of the Great Betrayal? I understood what salvation is. I was married to another inhabitant of the palace. A wonderful woman, but she chose heresy over the gods. I don't blame her. It was a troubling time. The whole world changed. Temptation of a new life drove us apart. I refused to abandon our heavenly masters. She chased me throughout the Chaos Palace, determined to take my life. Ezekiel saved me. He found a way out of the palace. He found a way out as the palace was attacked, and we were free. We had no idea what daylight or time was, but we knew we had to find the remaining believers. We wandered the desert for many days until we met a small caravan of worshippers. We went with them and found the start of the Syndicate. We became obsessed with growing the Syndicate, and now you work only for the gods. The Syndicate's work is holy work. Without the Syndicate, the gods will never rise again. There is a balance, however. Ezekiel saved me, and now I must save the Syndicate. Save? How are you going to save it? Too many of us have forgot to adhere to the ways Silent Goat taught us. When was the last time you did a full prayer routine? I will evangelize these values on the new island and bring us back into the light. In order for that to happen, you need to do your job, Lady Loved Eyes. Let us not do social calls until the next island. Understood. Maybe I'll see you on the next island. Maybe. The truth I find about the murder may involve you, witness. A devoted servant like myself has nothing to fear. Ding. Alright, we maxed out his hangout. And, well, I mean, his entire motive is what he just said. We always figured that. He figured the Syndicate was straying from the holy ways, so he has to save it, and maybe the way he feels that he has to save it was by killing the leadership and replacing it. May you fly with destroyed Eden, may you reach the moon. So right now, yeah, I think Sam is the only one that we have anything to talk to right now.
Daybreak.
Yeah, only thing to talk about that is Yuri's alibi. But I guess with this, we'll get, like, the last person to say that they did not experience the comms blackout. Lydia couldn't contact Yuri for a while. Was that because of a blackout? That's what I'm trying to find out. Well, he doesn't know about it either. Max level, right? Okay, so nothing else to talk about then. Now you reach the moon. So at this point, every single character has said that they have not experienced this blackout that Yuri says he experienced. So could it be possible that this blackout was so localized that only one person on the entire island experienced it? That is what Yuri would have us believe. But at least now... Oh, there's something else over there. At least now we know for sure that no other people on the island experienced it. Will this come up in the trial? Possibly. Oh, almost made that. Well, if we were to take a look... I don't think there's any exclamation points around anyone else's picture. So there's no topics to talk about with anyone. We've exhausted all topics of conversation. There are still some people we can hang out with. We haven't maxed out everyone's hangouts as of yet. So there is still that to do. But until we find any more proof or evidence or just anything else... Is that a ghost? Where's that coming from? Oh. Okay, it's the statue. It's a crying Grudge's strat. Okay, yes. I wasn't sure what that was. Just see. Let's see. Well, we could do this. Something like right below that. Yeah, there's a money. I mean, I guess there really is... You really don't have to worry about money at all in the game when you look at how many of these hearts there are and how probably most all of these are monies. Like, not all of them, but they can't all... Like, there can't be that many, like, collectibles, really. They have to be mostly monies. Oh, we haven't done this one. So let's get drink D1. 000, a fruit-flavored soft drink. Makes you think of caring for your sick mother when you went to traveling to Egypt with a group of friends. You've done neither of these things. Ah, yes. The sweet taste of a soda that gives you false memories. Nothing like it. Glittering secret ward. A strange folklore developed among citizens, believing that scattering sequins outside their home would ward off demons. Well, I mean, strange beliefs do crop up among the people when you feel that you're powerless. You want to have a feeling that there's some sort of... You have some kind of power over the events in your life, even if you don't. Shameful fake golden crown. Someone used the black market for status. Foolish. Reprisals are often deadly. Right, so like I was saying, we don't have anyone else to talk to until we discover any other new developments. But until then, it looks like all conversations have perhaps been exhausted. There's something underneath this. There we go.
Crystal obtained.
The one thing, well, the one place we haven't gotten to as far as I can tell. Oh, we haven't used this one. Oh, this was the thing that went to that door on the island, wasn't it? I mean, we don't need to do that now, but I've done it. The one place I think that we haven't gotten into are the barracks. So we have to figure out how we're going to do that. The guards are not going to let us in, and the guards inside are going to kick us out. And Akiko is not even going to mention the subject. Tropical Demolition, a tropical flavored drink full of electrolytes. It used to be called Sunset Beach, but the marketing team wanted to aim it at men. I mean, yes, Tropical Demolition is a good name for a manly man drink. Sunset Beach, men aren't gonna drink that. You have to just demolish your throat. So, every 25 is coming. I'm just giving some thought. I think what I'll need to do right now... Oh. Cute Tamago phone charm. A cute hamster friend. Tamago was the star of a popular four-panel comic, Citizen Drew. I think what I'm going to have to do right now is just go over Starlight, go over all the notes that we have in our computer, look at the connections that have been forming, look at the theories that are being crafted, and from there figure out what it is we need to do and where it is we need to go. I don't know if it could be possible that it's actually time to start the trial, because I do feel that there are things that are still not, not all the way discovered. There's still more that we need to figure out. Also, one place that we haven't been able to go into is this. The door leads to the barracks. It's a secure tunnel to the desolation cell where Henry is incarcerated. It's coded only to Akiko's blood vial. Right, we can't get through this door because we don't have Akiko's blood vial. I wonder if there is some way to get that so we could go through this door. That's all they have to say. And of course, we've already used that to get to the island. So really, the one big mystery, it seems right now, has to do with the marshals getting into the barracks, getting into that door over there, and seeing what we can find. As of now, yeah, I think that we're kind of at an impasse for the time being.
Fast travel unlocked.
Warmth of the moon starlight. The water that reflects the moon is warmer than the surrounding water. You bathe in it for restorative properties. Okay, let's save our game.
Getting saved.
So, we've been able to create a bit of a timeline for what's been going on, but as far as actual hard proof, there are some things that we can't really name right now. Like, we can figure, like, say, Yuri took out the book from the library and gave it to Henry to deliberately make it so Henry would summon a demon and get possessed, and then Carmelina called up Akiko to have her leave the room, so Henry would kill Grace, or maybe Akiko herself killed Grace, so as to prevent the demon from being exorcised, so they would be able to use Henry 10 years later in a plot. Like, we could create that timeline, but how much hard proof and evidence is there of that actually happening? We also have the whole thing with the demonology lab in the Dead Zone, where it appears that Witness was cultivating a demon, a killer demon, and then put it in a box, and then the demon box was delivered to the council penthouse, and I guess, how did it get in there? Well, the guards at the front ended up not actually being guards. The second seal ended up being, we know that the code to the second seal was taken from Kahix by Crimson and given to Witness, and then it seems that Witness gave it to Lydia. Lydia remotely accessed it, and we found that there was a space helmet with her perfume on it, so it seems that Lydia could have been the one to open up that second seal. The third seal, it seems that probably Sam opened it up because he took a blood sample of one of the council members from Dr. Doomjazz, but did Dr. Doomjazz deliberately give it to him, or did Sam steal it? We don't know that one way or another. But either way, it seems like Sam opened up that third seal. Then for the fourth seal, we know that that murder child had God flesh. Well, okay, Witness took, so both Witness and Carmelina took God flesh from Crying Grudge. If the demon box was Witness's plan, then I guess Witness used the God flesh to, well, no, actually we found the God flesh in Sam's safe. So if Sam was the one who opened up the third seal with the blood, it only would make sense that Sam at the same time could have opened up the fourth seal with the God flesh. Or I don't know if he would have done it or if Witness did it himself. And then once all those locks were opened, then someone could have brought in the demon box. Was it Sam, Lydia, Witness himself? Yuri? The petals from Yuri's hat were on the scene. Someone could have brought in that box. And then when the council was in their meeting, then Witness could have called up the number to open the box and kill them. At the same time, it appears that Carmelina took God flesh and put it on her murder son. Like I said, her murder. That's why I'm thinking it's a separate plot, because why would she send her murder son in there when the killer demon was also in there? Then at the same time, it appears that Akiko took Henry off the island, probably through that door that we can't get through, that locked door, brought him through so he would be able to make it to the council building in time. All of the... Oh, yes, and then... No, first, you had the machine, the death scream recorder. It was aimed at Henry on the island. So that would have activated, hit him, and then the demon would have detected the death scream trauma, which would have boosted his adrenaline, which would allow him to overcome his inhibitors. Maybe then Akiko opened up the door in the tunnel so Henry would have been able to just charge right through it. The official story is that Henry broke through the bars, but we looked at the bars and it looked like maybe it was thermite, I think it was, that we used to destroy the bars. So Henry didn't actually destroy those. It seems that Henry took a shortcut through that door that we can't open to get to the council headquarters. Henry then went through the council headquarters with no opposition because the guards were not guards and all the seals were opened. Henry goes into that council chamber, but Murder Son and Killer Demon are also there. Are they all killing the council? Do they fight each other? We know that Murder Son and Killer Demon were shot by Montserrat, who had a gun. It appears that it killed both of them. Killer Demon died in the chamber. Murder Son was able to make it back to his hidey hole room through a corridor and died from the gunshot in there. Henry was not shot. He's still alive. So are all of these plots together, or are they separate? Who knows who about what? And if they are separate, will we be able to get people to testify against others because they all have separate plots and they'll all try to save themselves? So that's what we're thinking about. But before we actually start the trial, I would really like to be able to get into the barracks so we could at least get some hard evidence that the First Seal Holy Guards are actually still alive. I think that would be very useful if we were able to get that. But as for right now, I think we'll take a break from Paradise Killer, and I'll just go over these notes and try to figure out what the next move should be as we continue to try to solve this mystery.